Guys, how you doing? It's Henry from Mowers and Blowers. On this project, I'm going to do an engine swap on this Craftsman 5 horsepower 24 wide dual stage snowblower. I got this snowblower for 50 bucks. The reason why I bought it was because it's a sound machine, right? And in my previous video when I got this, you'll see that I changed the oil to a thicker consistency weight motor oil. I put some Lucas Oil Synthetic 5W30, and this thing starts up and runs. It's just that after a while, when the oil starts to thin out from the heat, it stalls because the compression's so bad, you know? So this engine, while it runs, it's not reliable because of the compression. I'm thinking that maybe the piston rings are scored along with the cylinder wall. And so this engine's probably just good for parts. So my buddy Jason, who lives near me, does the same thing I do. He gave me this thing about sometime last few months ago. Anyway, this thing works great, you know. So it's the same exact engine. They're both Tecumseh Snow Kings. This one might be a little bit smaller in cc, but I know this runs good. This runs right now. I can pull this right now and it might start, you know. Been sitting in my garage for a few months, but everything should be interchangeable. We'll find out today. Shouldn't take me all that long. I'm going to leave this engine on here and take off the parts while it's still mounted there, because it's a lot easier to move around, you know, because it's on a platform. Then once everything is taken off, I'll be able to take the engine off and put this one on and put the new parts back on here. Like, even though this recoil starter is good, and that's good too, I'll probably use that one. That one's better, I think. Put the heater box on, put that carburetor on. This muffler looks yucky, right? That muffler looks a lot better. Has 2 holes for the electric start, right? And this cowling is in much better shape than this one. So, you know, I'm going to take all the surrounding parts of that engine block and put it on this engine block and then mount it. There is an issue where I say this pulley, that pulley has to match that exactly. If it doesn't, it might be difficult to get that pulley off. But anyway, I'm going to put you on a time lapse because it's going to take a while, and well, an engine swap's an engine swap, you know. Houston, we have a problem. So I had to stop. As you saw, I took the cover off the auger area. As you can see over here, what's my problem? My problem is this snowblower engine is a dual shaft engine. This is the shaft to the crankshaft, right? And that's the camshaft that also has a crank on it, shaft on it. So camshaft is a little bit higher, maybe a ½ an inch higher than the crankshaft, right? And this has a double pulley, or that belt, which drives the drive belt, goes here. The one that powers the auger is here, but they're the same exact, you know, distance. Well, if I put this one on the inner, this one on the outer, right, there's going to be a difference in tension to the belt. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that'll work, unless I could just get a, you know, shorter belt. You know what? I'm going to try it. You know why? Because this engine's Dunsky anyway, you know? Can't use it. So, got no choice. Got to do it. Okay, so you guys saw how I swapped everything over. This is the old one. This is the new engine with most of the parts on there already. The reason why I had such a tough time mounting the engine with the mounting bolts was that this engine block didn't have threads. I remember it probably had just a bolt that went through with a nut over here. So basically I had to use the electric impact, right, and shove some self-tapping engine bolts through there. So that's what took me such a long time, but now it's on really well. So watch this. This engine is badass. This engine's badass. Starts really well. I'm going to have to give it an oil change. The oil is terrible. But I didn't know I was going to use this engine, so yeah, give it a chance to give it an oil change later. My next issue is this. So remember we had an issue with the drive pulley. So here's the drive pulley, right? Down there is the drive disc, right? Because that other one was like over there, because it's a double shaft, right? There's like so much slack now. This thing has to be tight for the drive disc to continuously spin. Then you engage the drive lever, and that friction disc touches the drive disc to let it run. So I've got like 3 inches of slack here, 2 or 3 inches of slack. This has to be tight. So what I saw on that one there is it has a pulley. So what I'm going to do is that pulley is going to take the space of that slack. You can see that there's a hole here, and of course you got a nut here that holds this keeper, the guide to the belt. I could probably figure out where I'm going to put that pulley, and in that way it'll hold the slack. Or maybe it'll be like this. Maybe it'll be like that. I'm not sure. So I'm pretty sure these don't have threads in them either, you know. Actually, this one looks like it has a thread. I'll have to take that one off and figure it out. So I've added that pulley. That seems to kind of work, but it doesn't seem tight enough. You know, the belt still seems to be too loose. I'm going to have to relocate it or get a bigger pulley or something. And of course I've just encountered another problem, is that the main auger belt keeps slipping off. Why is that? Well, because this is not really aligned with it. The auger disc is there, and this is off by like an inch too much that way. It needs to be more this way, see? So I have to add something to this, like a pulley. Thinking about removing that pulley and putting it on top of that, because they're just not aligned correctly. What I also discovered, which I don't really think is a tremendous deal, but because the other one had this second shaft, it went counterclockwise, and this went clockwise. So when I put it in reverse 2, it goes forward. When I put it to 5, it goes reverse. So it's flipped the other direction, you know. I just take a sticker and flip it the other direction, that's all. But that's you know, that's the problems I'm going to encounter when I try to, you know, retrofit these pulleys that weren't designed for this, because this requires 2 shafts that turn against each other in direction. Now I only have one pulley to turn both belts in the same direction. So either way, I had to do this because this engine's Dunsky. Hey guys, so I added a pulley on there. Seems to be good, but I think I need to order a drive belt here. I'm going to show you. Electric start works. Check this out. I'm going to give it an oil change now. Just jam a soup container under there. Hope the pressure's not too high. You know what? Let's loosen the dipstick. Cletus, you dipstick! Blackage. Blackage. So I'm gonna put some 5W30 in here. That ought to do it. Yep, I still made a mess. Earl. So I put everything back. I'm going to order a shorter belt to accommodate the drive belt, but it's pretty cool. It did take me all day though, unfortunately, because I had to do a lot of adapting, you know. Got an oil change for it, and you know what? That's about it. So that's my engine swap for my $50 Craftsman 524 snowblower, dual stage. Now I got a fresh new engine in there. And I don't anticipate me selling this anytime soon. It's probably going to have to wait till next winter. But you know what, man? It's always good to have an inventory of your snowblowers when you're ready to sell. No matter what, guys, it's all assets, right? It's all worth money. See you guys next time.
Hey guys, support my channel. Buy a sticker. Got the bumper sticker too. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Follow my Instagram at Mowers Blowers. Check out my website at mowersblowers.com.